Travel Around Kazakhstan is an educational program on domestic tourism produced within the framework of Ruhani Jangiru project. Every episode, our camera crew travels along popular routes marked on a touristification map of the Republic. The oldest city on the map of Kazakhstan changed several names. In the 19th century, citizens called it Auliye Ata. The sign appeared in honor of the founder of the Karakhanid dynasty, known as Holy Father. The Soviet period succeeded the ruling Turkic line 100 years later. They renamed the town as Mirzoyan, but alterations were still ongoing. In 1938, locals started referring to their center as Jambul. It is in recognition of the greatest Kazakh poet and icon. The place gained its present title of Taraz only in 1997. Hello, I'm Aynash Sagundikova, and this is Travel Around Kazakhstan. Let's start. Taraz is a 190 square kilometers long administrative center of the Jambul region, the city located on the south of Kazakhstan, near the Kyrgyzstani border. It is on banks of the legendary river Talas. In the 5th to 6th centuries BC, unions of Saka and Wusans established and founded their capital right here. You can find first references to Taraz in Chinese chronicles of the Han Empire, dating back to the 1st century BC. Other reports are also exciting, for instance, from medieval times. They recount descriptions of Taraz as a city of academics, artisans, and merchants. In some parts, the art of our ancestors retained in the samples of the older architecture. Now, they considered as sacred places of Kazakhstan. According to ancient Greek sources, in 5th and 6th centuries AD, this town had another but a consonant title of Tolos. It was one of the major stations of the northern branch of the Great Silk Road. It ran from Al-Malik, the current district of the Chinese town, Gulia, to Yasi, now known as Turkestan. Then, the caravan route led downstream the Sirdaya River. Huanzang, the Buddhist monk from China who passed through the locality in 485, stated in his travel notes that the town has a large area and full of merchants from different countries. Taraz was the most notable city of the medieval times on the territory of modern Kazakhstan. It is enough to recall the role it played in the empire of Karakhanids. The town was the capital of Karakhanid domain, the medieval state on the territory of Central Asia, which founded in the middle of the 10th century throughout Jitsu and eastern Turkestan. In the 8th century, Genghis Khan conquered the capital and burned it to the ground. The renewed city, named Yani, meaning new, was a part of the Chagatai Ulus of the Mongolian Empire until the 15th century. An etymology of term Taraz is a subject of constant debates between expert historians and philologists. First assume that Taraz is a Turkic word, indicating rope serving for playing ball. Second tend to think that the modern term meant scales in the past, like today. This theory has a logical explanation. The municipality was on the Great Silk Road and was a center of international business. Even then, no dealer could work without his main attribute, scales. So they titled location in honor of this measuring device. In 568, the Turkic Khagan Istami accepted representatives of Justinian II from Byzantium in Taraz. They entered the military alliance against potential enemies and reached an agreement about silk trade. Skilled silk masters worked on the material on banks of the Talas River. The silk was equal to Chinese and Indian brocade in quality. Important treasures of Taraz concealed underground. In the downtown, scholars found ancient structures dating to 11th and 12th centuries. These artifacts suggest that Taraz in the medieval times on the Silk Road was a vital commercial center. Archaeologists found constructions dating back to 11th and 12th centuries in the city the 1960s. However, their work stopped after a while, but bulldozers leveled the location of digs. So, authorities created the Green Bazaar on ruins of a priceless monument of an ancient style. The mystery of Olden City would still be unsolved, if not for Kazakhstani archaeologists who decided to resume excavations. Historical exploration started in Taraz in 2011. Academics found 10,000 objects, which go back to several periods, starting from the 6th century. During the works, they dug out remains of an old fortress, mosque, madrasa, foundations of dwelling houses, water pipes, and many more. Findings gave us new knowledge because we saw the living quarters of an old city. From them, we could recognize that Taraz was building according to a scheduled plan. The layout of streets and houses show it. Specialists unearthed and antiquated plumbing systems with dumpsters. All this tells us about a robust life in the medieval period. Besides, historians confirm that ruins of the mosque found in 2006 are from the 10th century. According to them, it is the first Islamic shrine in Kazakhstan. Medieval township of the east, including Old Taraz, comprised of 3 sections. Ruler lived in the so-called citadel. Citizens and nobility were in Shashristan. Meanwhile, artisans stayed in Rabad. We missed the massive number of citadel buildings. But the hammam maintained thanks to the efforts of local museum employees. As it turns out, it was a bathroom of the palace where the ruler of Karakhani dynasty washed. It consisted of 4 rooms, a dressing room, a massage, and 2 steam ones. It is surprising that the heating system of the bath looks exactly like Roman thermae. Hot smoke went to specific channels under the floor. Thanks to that, sauna warmed up. The madrasa got preserved by 1/4 besides that. Judging by the age, it is the earliest Muslim school in Kazakhstan. People found several golden treasures in 2015. They were in the Olden Hill Fort, digging area at the depth in 2.5 meters. Gold and silver jewelry pieces of the Karakhani dynasty kept in a small pitcher. In total, scholars got 97 valuable items. So that trade on the Great Silk Road was more profitable, Taraz jewelry makers started manufacturing some pieces. Many centuries later, their art became an asset of the exhibition named Gems of Folk Art. It took place on the territory of Kara Khan Mausoleum. The exposition presented ancient coins, ceramic jars unique in form. Moreover, the gallery had vessels painted with anthropomorphic characters. Also, they revealed fragments of ceramics with water birds and animals. The clay panel with hunting scene was another significant piece. It had horsemen in armor who hunted pheasants, rabbits, and hogs. This is a picture with Arabic writing, where we found such beautiful necklace from jasper stone and bronze with coral branches. It demonstrates once again the link between Indian Ocean, India, and the Silk Road. As you can see, that is very beautiful. In addition to artifacts arrived from India, the Jambul Museum of Regional History has other items related to the Middle Kingdom. For instance, this is the Chinese statue of the Buddhist monk. It is a random bronze discovery. As you see, it is a person wearing Chinese clothing and headdress. He had something in his hands, but it did not survive time. Foreign guests who arrive at the region have many things to see. Moreover, the tourism sphere is under particular attention here. You can often see tourists from China in Taraz. They study the Kazakh-Chinese history with pleasure, which tightly woven by paths of the Great Silk Road. The municipality has a huge potential for domestic tourism too. 11 travel companies provide their services. They will choose the most optimal program for you. However, you can come by yourselves, as Ali Wu did. She came with her husband from China to meet parents of her daughter's fiancé, who is Kazakh by nationality and a resident of the area.
Nowadays, it has become a very big word in China. Everyone is talking about the Great Silk Road, and we call it One Road, One Belt. That's the new policy. So from our history book, we actually know it's played a very important role in China and also in the countries like Kazakhstan.
During excavations in Taraz, people found a valuable material on the base of which they shot a film. They devoted the Taraz in the Stream of History movie to 550th anniversary of Kazakh Khanate for a reason. This documentary tells not simply about life of a medieval village through the prism of archaeological discoveries. It shows what role this site played in the ethnogenesis of Kazakhs, clans, tribes, and horde divisions, known as Juz, assembled and decided to become one nation of Kazakhs here. Taraz discovered with legends and has numerous cultural and historical objects now. It also has tremendous tourist potential. Archaeological digs that started in 2011 brought more than 40,000 objects. They are in local museums now. The National Museum of the Republic of Kazakhstan listed 8 historic and cultural spots of the Jambul region among 100 holy places of the country. These are the archaeological park on the site of the ancient settlement of Taraz, Turkic cult memorials of Mirkiye and Jaisan. Also, the institution added the Akirtas Palace complex, shrines of Karahan, Aisha Bibi, and Baba Ji Khatun. The network of Teturmas and the site of Anrakai battle are among sacred sites as well. Nowadays, the face of the town improved a lot. The industrialization dictates their own. Chemical plants, metallurgy factories, and other technical enterprises are in the city. It has several neighborhoods, city recreational centers, as well as health facilities. The center has educational institutions, parks, squares. The central mosque and an Orthodox church are there too. You can say that the 10th in the country's special economic zone, Taraz Chemical Park, is among achievements of mechanization of the metropolitan. The park is in the Chu district, and it manufactures caustic soda, plant protection products, and plastic pipes. Besides that, the factory creates glass packaging and other chemical goods. Taraz is a vital stopover on the route of goods from the Chinese city of Lianyungang to the Western Europe. The road pavement reconstructed specially for the occasion, before and after Taraz. Look how smooth and wide the road is. Total length of surfaced highways in the Jambul region is 4,117 kilometers. It includes 847 kilometers of road of the Republican purpose. Motorways Almaty-Bishkek as well as Almaty-Tashkent-Tirmiz pass through Taraz city. They connect Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, and Uzbekistan. A great chance to examine the footsteps of ancient caravans and Western Europe, Western China, current transnational freeway at the same time is a reason for traveling to Taraz. Taraz is the extraordinary municipality, which makes past and modern notes masterly. You can take the pilgrimage tour on its territory and neighborhoods. Later, you will be able to get into the thick of the city traffic. This metropolitan can surely be the standard destination in the travel calendar of any Kazakhstan resident. Taraz is a city with individual destiny. It was a thriving location a long time ago. It got destroyed and newly resurgent under a new name, and which retrieved its original name. 100 years will pass. Taraz would look different, but its narrative captured in several archives and ancient sources would be one of a kind. I'm Aynar Sanganikova, and you watch Travel Around Kazakhstan program.